back into tackling this guy. I'm going to try finish it today. I don't know if I will. What I have to do is tackle the main villain in this piece, which is the malevolent tree stump, which has been capturing all these adventurers and re-raising them as undead via its root system. So I am going to knock back the fog for a bit so I can tackle the stump. And I'm going to find where this stump actually lives. And he is there. Okay, so I'm going to detail him a bit. In fact, I might even... Oh, do I blend him in with the ground yet? No. I'm going to give him some colour. What's a good colour for him? We'll just play with colour balance. A little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. He's like a corrupted, swampy tree stump. So we get a bit there. And let's just smudge tool him a bit to get some grooves and contours going. Here we go. And yeah, we want it to feel a little bit like a warped and twisted thing. Always working with my smudge brush, which I prefer to than using a normal sort of ink and erase approach. And we'll get a sticking out root there for silhouette. And so the stump is taking shape. It's way too light out of here, so I'm just going to go over that. I can add some highlights later, but for now we want nice clear silhouettes. Silhouettes. The root system sort of snaking out here. This way it's looking very solid into the ground. Let's get some gnarled shapes here. He's looking a bit curved and rounded. We want him to feel chaotic, evil, and spiky usually does that. Maybe we'll even splinter out the stump a bit here. Okay, and blend him back into surrounding. Now he's almost feeling like, I don't know, sort of like a spider-like creature. Legs and arms. I will use the erase tool, which I really do, and just knock back this mess I've made over here. Okay, good. Maybe a few almost spikes, so it doesn't feel very welcoming. There we go. Okay. I'm eventually going to get some holes in the stump where the evil glowing soul jar is kept. This is a twisted, powerful soul that the stump has gradually absorbed and taken on the life of this tortured spirit. This spirit that's been driven mad by an unknown entity in the swamp. If you know your Dungeons & Dragons swamp lore, you might be able to guess at what's behind the corruption in the swamp. It's my one and only clue I've ever given. Let's just see if anyone was around to see that. Oh, there is one viewer. Let's just keep that a secret. Okay. That's good. This way they're almost feeling like legs. I've got to do something with this axe, but I think by widening the stump here I've given myself more room to play with. It was crowding up places. So let's find that axe after I've named my layers cleverly. Layer 4, 5 and 6. Layer 4 is the axe. Maybe if we just stick it in there, we might put it behind it. Still not getting the shape right. Maybe we'll go for that for now. Okay, we want to actually start to think about getting a bit of shape, a bit of form into the stump. We'll just do that with groove lines. And yeah, I want to get rid of those. These are going to be the glowy dots, but I can do them later. Okay, back to the stump. Maybe even if I have a bit of swampy debris corruption coming off it. There we go, that's good, that's good. And what if I just do a little bit there? Almost web-like. Get back to those hard, sharp edges. So it feels dangerous. Okay, we can use the dodge tool maybe, a soft brush, just to round it out, give it a bit of shape. So round, round, round. You can have it this whole area a little bit back in shadow, because the light source is coming almost from this wizard. And it's going to be pushed back with fog at some point too. This fog right here. Not that one, this one. So we want a light source to help it pop eventually. Not pop. We don't want it looking too blatant. We want it there lurking in the background as this puppet master. So a lot of what I'm adding here might not even get seen as I start to give it shape. These highlights probably get lost in that fog that I'm going to be putting over the top. But I'll know it's there. And I've got to finish these guys as well. But I think I'll just go more for shapes because he'll be even further back in the fog. So this undead warrior will just be more shapes than details. Okay, now I've got to figure out how I'm going to show how this soul jar is going to look inside this thing. Because the idea is you have to shatter the stump to pull the soul jar out, and ultimately that's the way to defeat it. And I've made it, the stump, immune to magic and piercing damage, things like that, just to avoid people staying back in the distance and just peppering it with attacks till it breaks open. Nope, you have to get right up to it, and if you haven't bought an axe, I've got one sitting in the stump. And the reason it's there is maybe to give a hint to the players of what needs to be done, but also have them start asking questions like, what's that axe in there for? What do you think we should do with that? And of course, being players, they'll overthink it, and we can spend most of the session figuring out the axe. But it's just a normal axe that they can pick up to help them break open the stump if they can fight their way past all these undead root systems to get to it. And these aren't just the only adventurers, there's more underground. It's created up to 10 undead adventurers that can be raised randomly by the stump's root system. 1d4 adventurers at a time, maximum of 6 on the battlefield, and once they're destroyed, they're finished. They don't come back up. So if you defeat all 10, you can just wander up to the stump and have your way with it. But if you want to balance the fight, having some people dealing with that while dealing with the undead while someone tries to break the stump open to get this soul jar that's going to be in here. I've still got to figure out, maybe I'll warp it more. I need more room from it, so I'm going to grab it, warp it, and make it a bit bigger. It's looking quite spidery, which I like. Of course, there's stuff in the background that's getting lost, but we'll fix that. And now we can take that bloody axe wherever it went. Layer number 4. And maybe I just have it sitting in the root there. Is that better? I don't know. I've got to do a better job with it anyway. Back to my smudge tool just to tighten this. Oh, where are you? Back to my smudge tool just to tighten this fellow up. Some shapes in there. Okay. Pretty strong shadow in that area. Fog. I'll probably knock that back. For now, let's figure out this soul jar, because at the moment it's looking a bit like a hollow stump, and I don't want that. I want it to feel solid, like it's grown over. So maybe if I start to do this, that it's warped and twisted around itself. We've got summer here in New Zealand, which means open doors, but also flies coming in. Still, my favourite time of year. We just had a swim at the beach and have got back chilling out by doing a bit of drawing. Rise that root up a bit there. I'll blend it more into the grass here. I have grass sort of growing up around the root system. But for now, Okay, let's put in some black holes that will probably fill with colour, but for now we shall start to figure out how. Maybe that's all we need. And even if we go deep down here, that might be all we need. And so if I knock that back, I'm going to just blend it. I like to keep things flattened. I do keep a lot of turned off layers that had old things in them, like this guy. This is what the wizard used to look like. Ta-da! So I don't know why I'm actually keeping him anymore. He's never coming back. He's been replaced. But sometimes good to see where you've been. Okay. Let's just play with this a bit. And what I'll do is a little bit of the dodge tool on the edges, just to start to give these holes a bit of shape. Okay. Now I want to blend it more into the landscape. It's kind of bugging me. So what I might actually do now is flatten it down into the landscape. Is that a risk? Is this some fog? What's this? Oh, that's that shadow. So first of all, I'll darken the ground around it just to match the shadow here before I blend it down. Risk taken. Here we go. Here we go. Stump on the hill. Kind of happy with that, and then I can take it in. And now we can grab the smudge tool, grab the stuff I do for grass, go far too big to start off with, pull it back. And yeah, I will probably need to deal with some of this overlaying stuff here. And put in my hints of actual real grass, because this isn't actually doing much. Boom, 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 boom. In fact, I'll push this fighter, cleverly named layer 5, I'll push him into the background here. Okay, this is good. Let's do the glow. Now, my glow is going to get lost because I'll show you why. We're going to have red. Is that too cliche? Okay, so we want just a little bit of light coming out here, but there's almost little point to getting too carried away with it because of that fog I'm going to put over the top. Yeah, this is never going to convey that it's lit. I'm going to do my color dodge trick, dark brown. And soft light, it's just normal, but we'll go color dodge, and that will start to put some nice lights there. But again, as soon as I go fog, it's lost. So the way I'm going to get around that is to also do a layer of color dodge over the top of the fog. Maybe a general bigger. Still not is that working? I don't know. What if I change your color more to red? Okay, maybe this is it. A little bit green? No. A little purple? Maybe some of that purple. Okay. But you can still see I'm going to just have to knock back the fog a bit. It's too thick. So we'll take a soft brush, go big, but really low opacity. Lower opacity. There we go. What am I on? 3%. Okay. There's a little bit there, but we have lost the shape of the stump with it. So I'm actually going to delete some of it just to capture the edges in shape. I might not even have a glowy thing there. Yeah. And then when we find that stump again, wherever I blended it down, we can... Oh, I actually like it without the lights. What about... Yeah, it looks way sicker like that, right? Way more corrupted. That just fills it in too much. Maybe some of them? Let's delete some of these holes. And then we have... Yeah, this could be good. This could be good. And I should really push those, like... Which way? That way? Push those. Possibly blur them. They look a bit hard-edged. Too much. Maybe. Yeah, I think there's something there that's pretty cool. And to make it even pop more, I might push a little bit of horizon line light behind it. Might do color dodge. Oops, accidentally grouped. Okay, try a little color dodge behind it. Color dodge. Does that? Yeah. It helps draws the eye a little bit. Now what happens if I go back here? Duplicate. Push it. Nope. Terrible. So that leads me to believe maybe I go the other way. And I might even do another colour dodge, but way smaller, just for those little pricks of light. Yeah, I kind of like that. That gives me something to work with. There's a good shape there. Except for that bloody axe. Bloody layer number 4. Where did it go? Here we are. Part of me just doesn't even want to have the axe. But it's not fair on the axe because I haven't done any work on it yet. And I'm judging it. So let's give it a shot at doing an axe that's mildly decent. I'm going to play with a shape. Maybe go more Viking hatchet. And yeah, we can curve that a bit there. And put this in. It's an old axe. And I want it to feel like it's facing the player a little bit. It's way too dark. Let's make it match the tree stumps values. Okay. Actually, it's already looking a bit better. I might do that. Give it a slightly curved, misshapen handle. Maybe it's been warped and twisted as well. Maybe it's a cursed axe. I had a cursed axe once in a D&D game. It was terrible. I hate cursed items. It flew me into a rage. This is a proper D&D cursed item. Flew me into a rage and made me attack the nearest creature, friend or foe. And I never wanted to get rid of it and not even tell people about it. So I just had to come up with reasons why I was attacking party members all the time. And being the main tank, came pretty close to wiping the party every time. Until they figured it out and put me to sleep and then took off with the axe. But my fighter's still looking for that axe to this very day. Berserker axe. Terrible item. Especially if you're fighting in a balanced encounter. Having your main tank suddenly turning on the party shifts that whole encounter into a TPK potentially. Yeah, cursed items are a fun idea until you play them. Even one of my videos suggests a cursed item. But after playing that Berserker Battle Axe, I'm having serious thoughts about having cursed items in my campaigns. Whoops, using the pen tool instead of the dodge tool. It's bloody amateur hour out here. You guys ever get that you like I was drawing away with the green pen there, thinking I was using the dodge tool to light in it. And first 2 or 3 strokes I was thinking, oh, that's a little bit more, a little bit, yeah, that's good. And obviously I hadn't done a thing. I'd just been drawing the same green on top of itself for the entire session. But sometimes your head's seeing changes that isn't there, and it's only after you realise that you've been using the wrong tool that you've been fooling yourself. Okay, axe is looking like it's got a lot more character, right? I might even lighten it more and then use the burn tool to, whoops, use the burn tool to bring out the shapes I want. So it's all pretty much the same there, just blend it in with background, and then burn tool, massive burn tool. Here we go. This time it's definitely working, and we can have the contact point. Maybe it's rusted a bit from sitting in the stump so long. There's not too much shine left on the axe. Okay, now let's get that silhouette looking a little better. Yeah. I just don't know, guys. Don't know if this axe has got a place. But I mentioned the axe in the adventure. This is like in game design, where the design team says to put an axe in the tree stump, and the concept team, it's like, yeah, but it doesn't look cool. This might actually look cool. And I guess that's why you have concept artists, to take those visions and make it work in the actual play. Still don't know if this is working. I feel I have to do something to it, but I don't know what. Maybe if I just go crazy with the dodge tool, as though on the metal part, and can almost say nope. The challenge of the stump is me getting this axe right. I mean, I could put it... I think I need to darken that blade. What are we doing? Yeah, it doesn't want to darken. So, select. Just pick a bit of colour from there and we'll colour it. Here we go. And do all that damage I did. Maybe, yeah, that's all we want, is the silhouette hinting at an axe. Oops. That's what I'm doing. Just the silhouette. Maybe it needs just a bit of detail of how it's all held together. Could have looked at Axe reference too. Maybe it could be bigger or smaller as well. Let's try that. And I could flip it. I just couldn't see that working, but you might as well try it. I mean, who hits a tree like that? Maybe it's this big bit up here that's ruining it for me. I'll go in here and get rid of that, because there's too much going on with that shape. Maybe if I just make it feel a little more like a stump. I think that might be it. That might be it. Have I got the fog on? I have been working with the fog this whole time. Kind of looks quite cool like that too. No, I like the green. It's got pitched around here. I'll do a bit of work to bring that sort of same moodiness on this side. Okay. I'll grab this wizard. He needs a bit of green around here to blend him in with the stump. So maybe if I just go here, grab a light bit of green. Just put a bit of that there. Now that doesn't match greatly, but then you just... I like hue saturation. Just play with the lightness. See how... Oh. Get a bit of that. Play with it much. Undo bits. Maybe even push that, because it's just caught a little bit of that light there. It's floating around. Go. Let's see how fast I can do this guy. Speed run. Smudge tool speed run. As soon as I find the layer. Oh, layer number 5. I thought the tree stump was layer number 5. Okay. What's the time? 3:20 p.m. here in New Zealand. Let's see what it's looking like at 3:25. My goodness. Shape. Dome for a helmet. Arm. Shoulders. He's got armour on. He's a skeleton though. Skinny arms. Big hands. Elbow there. Holding the axe. Visit that head. Chest. Rags. Maybe a cloak, because he used to be like really cool. Anyone who wears a cloak is pretty cool. Definitely something that should come back into fashion, right? Just cloaks with hoods everywhere. Instead of those silly big yellow rain jackets. You'd never see Aragon wearing a parka when he walks into a tavern. Whatever happened, eh? Whatever happened? Okay. Good, good, good. Maybe even hinting more at being a skeleton here. I'll give him some big gloves. Don't worry, you think that hand's lost, but I'm going to do some highlights. This is another axe. So, shape that. Shaped. Let's grab it there. That's pretty impractical giant battle axe, but hey, we're in fantasy land here. I'm taking it. And look, he's lifting it up pretty easily. Don't know what the problem is. Hand needs to go here. Another big glove. Knock that back. Okay, okay. What are we up? It's taken me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Raggedy rag. Raggedy rag. Root system. Okay, and now the way we're going to sell them is with little cheeky highlights. This axe is out of control, especially this side. Let's knock you down a bit. Maybe that's a little more practical. Yeah, let's give you a big handle over here. Ah, there we go. There's gaps here, but that could almost be highlights. Maybe. Give them sort of these holders. And now what I'm going to do is, this could make or break it. I am going to shape. Nothing's happening. What am I doing wrong? Where's the dodge tool not working? Because it's pretty strong, 70%. Alright. I'll start off by giving myself a lighter colour to work with. There we go. There we go. Even maybe a bit around the hands here. Okay. And then we can... Nope. I'm thinking I made a bad mistake here in my time. But luckily it's on a different layer. And I have Mr. Smudge to tighten things up. Tighten things up. We'll give him one of those helmets that have the nose guard thing. Bam. Bam. All black and dark in here. Let's get rid of it there. Uh-oh. Have I got the fog on? Or did I take it? I've got the fog on too. So this is what you're going to see. Oh. 5 minutes. Stop the clocks. What have we got here? This is... What if I just lighten it? The fog's going to fight the highlights too much, so we'll just push you back. Just hints at it. That's pretty good. Yeah, and then what I'm probably going to do is just go hard out white. Right here. And maybe here. see what we can do with that. It's kind of cool shape. I might even say one of the axes has caught the light. Right there. Nah. Nah. Go back and I think I might have erased some of this. There we go. Okay, stepping away from him. How are we doing for time? I think I've still got a little ways to go. No, I can do another 15 minutes. Play with this fog and make it cool around here, because all the fog's cool around here. And I think I can get it a little bit of maybe a low reddish glow spreading across here, and even pushing him back even further. These are supposed to be crocodiles that have been caught by the roots and raised up. They're going to take a little bit of work, but I want to get this fog looking cool. And the way to do that is to go crazy with the dodge tool, because the dodge tool, color dodge, is light. But the only way to get a good light is to go dark brown. Look, spilling out. And then I don't want just a blobby soft patch, I want the fog to be interacting with it, so I grab bits and happily, and then I might even get some grass in here. Here I want, so it's almost like the fog swirling, because these shapes are moving. These people are interacting and swirling the fog. Maybe it was a really still. Oh, see, that's a nice little stylized bit there, the fog coming around. So yeah, maybe often the fog is still, but as soon as this tree stump raises its undead protectors, the fog goes crazy, and maybe that's where we concentrate the movement on, up following these shapes. Still not as cool as around here, and that's because I've got this dark shape, and I might want to lighten that, figure out what's causing that. I think, is it this background? I think it is. So I might just erase a little bit of it, just to help these silhouettes pop. But I don't like that background colour. So let's just fill it with this yellowish green. That looks pretty cool. Let's see what happens. Nothing good, but that's probably because there's a multiply somewhere in one of my layers. So we go on a quest to find the multiply. And to do that, oh, what's that? What did I do there? It's my little warrior. Actually looks better with that turned off. So we'll keep that. Yeah, but I like those little touches there. So we'll blend those in. you gave a bit of a lift there. It's my axe. It's going to keep me up at night. Some glowies. Shadow getting close. Really badly drawn crocodiles. Why are you? It's my new fog. Might even knock that back a bit. Don't want it too contrasty in this foggy swamp. I don't think there is a multiplier layer. I don't know what's causing it. If in doubt, fix it by adding yet another layer. And I'm going to color dodge, go big, boom, color dodge. Starting to pick it up. It's a dark brown, so I can maybe play with its levels. No, don't like any of that. Oh, I know how I'll pop this guy. Get over the fog layer. Give him some red glowing eyes. And, yeah. If in doubt, glowing eyes. Every time. I'll actually just use... click there. Click there. Fixed it with 2 dots. Okay, still not happy with this muddy bit here. I've got to figure out what I've done. Is it the fog? Actually, see, I really like this yellow to red. Almost tempted, you know, to lose the fog. But then I like this. So, we'll make a duplicate. Not a delete, a duplicate. And well, that's pretty spooky. We'll hide that one. And I just want to softly delete parts. And we might get some of that yellow to red. Coming through. Of course, the problem is the stump is looking pretty contrasty. I do like that. But I've got to play with the stump, which is on the same layer as the ground now. But I can just select it and maybe go a little green about there. Totally guessing. Multiply. And pachow. Yeah. Because that pops the lights more. I'm kind of happy with that. And that wasn't even playing with this guy. Do I want to do that just to light it a bit more? I think I do. It's not a good blend from this route to this route, but we can work on that. And the axe still looks like crap. But it hasn't got its own colours in that, it's just a grey blob. Or maybe I flipped that axe again now, I got rid of that other bit. Edit, transform, flip horizontal. I hate this axe. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so I didn't finish, but I'm getting close. Still got the crocs, still got the axe, still got integration of the different elements, but I'm kind of happy where I've got with this horizon line, going from this nice green to this corrupted yellowy red that pops the stump. I quite like the little strange lights coming out of the stump. This guy's good. I could revisit him more, but look at him. It's pretty good for just some basic shapes. It's a bit messy all around here. Yeah, so the crocodiles will have work. This one at the back will be pushed way back, so I won't have to do much. I reckon there's another half an hour of work there, which I might even do tonight. But for now, I'm going to stop the stream. I had, wait, I've got one viewer, so thank you, whoever's watching. Unless it's me, I'm never sure if that one viewer is just me watching myself. Anyway, thank you for anyone who's watched this to the end on my YouTube channel as well. And I'll see you in the next episode where I hopefully bring this guy home. Catch you all later. Bye.